let's just have a quick sip of my tea. Ah, it's that nice herbal tea stuff that fixes your throat. So, Captain America, Brave New World. Apparently, it was going to be called at one point. It was going to be called New World Order. That's actually, I think that's a better title, really, than Brave New World. But either way, whatever. So this film is a bit controversial because it was reported that the film had a lot of reshoots, and you can kind of tell a little bit. Like there's that one actor, the Giancarlo Esposito. I think all of his stuff was like reshoots, so they just added him in for like whatever, for reasons. And yeah, I mean, the film isn't great, but I don't hate it. I was sat there watching it, and I was thinking to myself, like, what's all the commotion? Why are people really, really hating this film? I mean, I can understand why. It's not like if we compare it to, because it's a Captain America film. So if we compare it to the previous Captain America films, the trilogy, all three of those films, I think are great. And this one just doesn't meet that standard of greatness that Civil War and Winter Soldier had. It doesn't even reach the same level as the first Avenger, which some people don't like that film. Yeah, so this film is a bit nah. I do love Harrison Ford. I do love Harrison Ford, and I think he's great in this film as the president. It's a shame that what's his face died, William Hurt, who was in The Incredible Hulk, and he appeared in several Marvel films. I think his last appearance was Black Widow. I forgot to mention that about him in Black Widow because I was not thinking at the time. But yeah, it's a shame he is no longer with us, because it would have been better to see him in this film than a recast. But Harrison Ford, he's great. He's Harrison Ford. He's my favorite actor. He's Indiana Jones. He's Han Solo, and he plays the president again, just like in Air Force One. So that's cool. And it would have been nice if he had the tash. Would have been nice if he had the mustache, because he would have actually seemed like the character, General Ross, Thunderbolt Ross, I think, yeah. So yeah, I don't hate this film, but it's just not as good as the previous three Captain America films. It's better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's much better than that, and really you could just ignore Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You don't necessarily have to watch that. You could just go from Avengers Endgame and just skip that and watch this, and you're not missing much, to be honest with you. But they went all kind of political with that show, and they wanted to be all like racial, and they wanted to make a point about stuff, and there's less of that in this. And in fact, well, there isn't really any of that. I mean, there might be a smidgen of it, but there isn't really much of that in this. And the action is okay, but it's again just not as good. Look, again, I don't have an issue with Sam Wilson, the Falcon, becoming Captain America. I felt like they handled that well in Endgame, and it felt kind of earned. It's like Steve Rogers is putting the shield down, gives it to his friend, who deserves it more. I think it would have been a mistake to give it to the Winter Soldier. Not necessarily because I dislike the Winter Soldier. I like the Winter Soldier, but most people think of him as like a villain, or like a bad guy, sort of a bad guy turned good. So maybe he just wanted to give it to the Falcon. The thing is, he doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have any like super soldier powers or whatever. He's just got wings and some guns, and he can fight and stuff. And he's got like some shields and whatnot. He's got some gadgets. I just feel like Captain America should be a super soldier. He's basically just the Falcon with a shield. Yeah. And what's it as well? Like Tim Blake Nelson comes back in this film. Who is he play? He plays somebody. I think he's called is he called the Leader or Tim Blake? Let me have a look. Yeah, Tim Blake. Yeah, Samuel Stearns. Yeah, so like I remember him like years ago in like The Incredible Hulk, and he had that like the thing dripped on his head and it started to pulsate, and it's like bloody hell, like that happened like 17 years ago. So I'm pretty sure most people have just forgotten about that. And I think it's a bit silly, like if you're going to bring him into this film, like why not bring the Hulk into this film? And actually I think that's what this film needed. It needed Hulk. Like the end bit is pretty cool, where like you see the Harrison Ford Ross becomes the Red Hulk, and then he fights Captain America. But like it would have been so cool if the normal Hulk was there, you know, the regular, the Green Hulk. You could have brought back Mark Ruffalo for a bit, and I think that would have made it more. I don't know, like it would have. I don't know, like adding more characters into your film. I think helps. I think it makes the film more successful. Like because like Thor Ragnarok, I don't think many people really cared about Thor that much. When they saw that Hulk was going to be in it, they were like, oh yeah, let's go see that. And yeah, and Hulk as well. He hasn't had his own movie for like ages, and I think there's some sort of legal issue. I think Universal like have the rights to make a Hulk movie, and they're refusing to to do it with Marvel. So this would have been a good opportunity to put the Hulk in there. But whatever, whatever. Final thoughts on this film? I don't hate it. It's not the worst film ever made. I would just say it's a mid Marvel movie. I would put it somewhere with just a bit below Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but more like I would say it's maybe on the same level as like Ant-Man and the other Ant-Man and Captain Marvel. But no, this isn't a very good. This isn't the best Marvel movie. It's just kind of like a sort of a stepping stone kind of Marvel. It's like we need to set this thing up to get to that thing. It's like it's a Marvel film that's just here's another Marvel film. It builds to that new Marvel film that's gonna come out soon. Yeah, I think I'm done talking about this film. Yeah, it's definitely better than the Marvels. I'll say that. Yeah, and obviously I prefer watching a film like this than Thor: Love and Thunder and Wakanda Forever, which those movies are just kind of like wrong. Like they're also kind of like just offensive as well. They're just offensively bad. Yeah, yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna finish now. I'm done with talking about that, and I think we've only got like one more to go. So yeah, let's thank God. Jeez. Yeah. All right. So see you in the next one or the last one or whatever. Bye.